how's it going out there, everybody? Hope everybody's having a great day. Welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Cash, and this is Trucker News, or as I like to say, hashtag Trucker News. Come on, get in here with me, gather around, get the kids in here. We're going to do some Trucker News today. What is Trucker News? I'm an illiterate truck driver. I'm going to do my best to read these stories to you. I'm going to do my best. Promise. I'll give you 100%. Can't give you 110. All I got's 100. First story of the day, skipping the scales means a CMV inspection ticket, possible out of service order. The CHP is warning. I-40 North Carolina-Tennessee border reopening under unusual conditions after 5 months of closures. A semi-truck pulling from the shoulder gets struck by a cattle hauler, causing a major crash and fire in North Dakota. The bill proposes to make highways safer by helping drivers access more safe parking. A hotshot gets slapped with 21 violations during a motor vehicle inspection. And troopers say a pothole was what toppled a semi-truck in Indiana. Whoo, come on, Indiana, get on it. Man has been arrested after cops recover $1.5 million in cargo and trailers stolen through a double brokering scheme. We'll get into that one, but first we start off with skipping the scale means a CMV inspection, ticket, possible out of service. And that's from the California Highway Patrol. Let's get into it. California Highway Patrol is reminding truckers that they must obey signage directing commercial vehicles to stop at the scale house facilities if they want to avoid consequences. This is becoming big in trucking these days. No one stops at the scale, it seems like, anymore. Everybody just blows on past it. I feel like a sucker when I stop at the scale anymore. On March 1st, troopers with the CHP Grapevine Commercial Vehicle Enforcement Facility took to social media to scold a trio of commercial vehicle drivers after skipping the scale house. They say all trucks must stop at the scale means all trucks must stop at the scale. We have been focusing our efforts on those trucks that are required to stop and don't. Passing in groups won't help you, as these three found out. You are guaranteed a roadside inspection, a ticket, and possibly an escort back to the scale for an out of service. I've been saying this all along. If you want to know which trucks you need to be inspecting, it's the ones that skip the scale house. Those are the ones that are up to something. I mean, it's pretty obvious. If I was a trooper and you blew the scale, you would be the guy I'm looking for. Because number one, you're up to something. Number two, you don't follow directions. And number three, you think you're above the law. And hey, if I was Johnny Law, oh man, you would not want to run into me. The post generated hundreds of comments, many coming from members of the trucking community. See what drivers say below. One said, meanwhile, 40 other cars are passing by the scale going 80 miles an hour. Again, why do I care about a trucker's opinion, right? Most truckers on the internet will defend the dumbest thing ever. You could say, oh, a truck driver kicked a little old lady for no reason, and they'd be like, well, that's what you're supposed to do on a Thursday. You're supposed to go kick a little old lady. Shut up. Shut up. I think they should go after the people that skip the scales. It's just facts. I-40 at the North Carolina-Tennessee border reopening under unusual conditions after a 5-month closure. Has it been 5 months already that's been closed? Interstate 40 near the state line is scheduled to reopen this week under unusual conditions for the first time since Hurricane Helene destroyed the roadway. The 12-mile stretch of I-40 from Cold Springs Creek Road in North Carolina to the Big Creek Road exit in Tennessee is set to open Saturday, March 1st, with some limitations. According to Sand Hill Sentinel, the highway is being reopened with unusual conditions. These include a reduced speed limit of 35 miles an hour, A square 9-inch concrete barrier separating traffic, one emergency lane only on the eastbound side, periodic breaks in traffic to allow emergency medical service access, and no wide loads allowed. That sounds like a bag of crap, I'll be honest with you. I think I'd still try to avoid that if you could. Um, Check Google Maps to see what kind of delays you got going through there. If they're going to run it at 35 mile an hour with periodical delays, I can only imagine how long that 12 miles is going to take to get through there. The backup before you even get to that section of road is probably going to be pretty relentless. So I would just recommend just go around it if at all possible until they get her fixed right. A semi-truck pulling from the shoulder to the road struck by a cattle hauler, causing a major fire on the North Dakota Interstate. Has anybody else noticed this anymore? These guys that pull over on the shoulder all the time, they don't put on a blinker. They don't get up to speed. They just pull out into the freeway at like 8 mile an hour. I had one do that to me the other day. So let me give you some advice, just what I'm thinking of. If you're on the shoulder, number one, have your flashers on. And if you're going to pull off the shoulder, like if you fix the problem, whatever puts you on the shoulder, put your left blinker on. Get her up to 30, 40 mile an hour at least on the shoulder if possible. I know that's not always possible, but try. And then, and then merge in when you see no traffic in the mirror. Don't just whip it out there at 8 mile an hour. But who knows? Who knows? Let's see what's going on here. North Dakota Highway Patrol is investigating a fiery 2-truck crash that occurred early on Friday morning. The crash occurred shortly before 2:30 a.m. on February 28th in Fargo, North Dakota. Trooper says 72-year-old Minnesota resident was driving a Kenworth truck northbound entering I-29 when he was struck from the rear by an empty cattle hauler driven by a 66-year-old Manitoba resident. According to the local outlet, the Kenworth driver had stopped on the shoulder and was attempting to merge back onto the highway when he was struck from behind at highway speeds by the cattle hauler. Damn it, boy. Damn it, boy. After the crash, the Kenworth came to a stop on the shoulder while the cattle hauler came to rest in the right lane. The cattle hauler caught fire and was engulfed, but the driver was able to extricate. I don't know. He got out. Why can't they just say that? The motherfucker got out. Okay. Cattle hauler was driven to the hospital. The cattle hauler was hospitalized. There we go. With minor injuries. The North Dakota Highway Patrol lists unspecified charges against both truck drivers. I'm going to say one was failure to yield, and the other was probably speeding, if I had to guess. I'm not going to say anything, I don't want to put all the cattle haulers into one group, but them boys like get on down the road. You know what I mean? You very rarely see a cattle hauler just kick back at 65 mile an hour, just, doing his thing. Most time you see him doing 85 mile an hour, but hey, who knows if this guy was speeding? Now, I don't know for sure he was, but if you're coming off the shoulder, try to get a little speed up before you merge out into the highway at 4 mile an hour. Man, that's scary as hell. I always try to move over for things on the shoulder because, that's people. That's somebody's life, you're putting at risk by not getting over. Even if I got to cut the cruise control off for 3 seconds, I do that. I feel like no one can let out of it these days to get over. But anyway, if you get over, that's good. But at the same time, it's got to be a little common sense on everybody, But anyway, that's what it is. A bill has been proposed to make highways safer by helping truckers to access more safe parking. Lawmakers have introduced a bill that seeks to improve safety by funding more parking for large commercial trucks. On February 27th, U.S. Representative Mike Boost introduced the Truck Parking Safety Improvement Act in an effort to combat the nationwide truck parking shortage. The bill would provide millions of dollars worth of funding to the U.S. Department of Transportation to be awarded on a competitive basis for construction of more truck parking facilities. Nice. I grew up in a trucking business, said Boast. I know firsthand how difficult and oftentimes dangerous it can be when American truckers are forced to push the extra mile and search for a safe place to park. By expanding access to parking options for truckers, we are making the roads safer for all commuters and ensuring that goods and supplies are shipped to market in the most efficient way possible. The matter of public safety for everyone, I'm committed to do all I can to drive this legislation over the finish line. Ooh, see what he did there? You see what he did there? I like that idea. We need more parking. Call me and I'll tell you where we need the parking. If the federal government's listening to this, if that guy, if the representative boasts there, if he needs the help, I can tell you where to put it. I can tell you right now where we need parking. So call me if you need help with that. I do what I can to help you. Boast points to a Federal Highway Administration study that found that 98% of truck drivers say they regularly experience difficulty finding safe parking and are forced to park on an exit ramp of the side of an interstate or other unsafe areas. Yeah, it's out there. Let me tell you, it's out there. Unsafe parking is a thing. Um, so hopefully they can get this put through. I would like to see them, add some parking for us. That'd be nice. A hot shot has been slapped with 21 violations during a traffic stop. Damn it, boy. A traffic stop took an ugly turn for a hot shot driver in Ontario this week. On February 25th, our Ontario Provincial Police West Region detailed a recent traffic stop. Traffic services pulled over a commercial motor vehicle and found the following 21 offenses: operate unsafe combination of vehicles, a defective horn, no muffler, fail to notify change of address, driver no validation on plate, improper means of attachment, insecure load, improper tires, again, on the trailer and the truck. Drive commercial motor vehicle with a major defect. There you go. Improper drive commercial motor vehicle with a minor defect. Failure to surrender CVOR certificate. Improper brakes on trailer. Failure to ensure performance standards. Improper tires, again on trailer. Permit operation of unsafe combination vehicle, overweight vehicle, failure to ensure performance standards are met, again on the trailer, permit violation of vehicle, fail to display inspection sticker, fail to ensure daily inspection is conducted properly, failure to supply driver with daily inspection schedule report. Lord have mercy. Put her in a win, by golly. You know what I'm saying? Oh, hot shot Willie boy, them some bitches, I love it. They feed them bears. Woo! If you ever wanna really not get inspected, all you gotta do is stay behind a hot shot feller. Cause man, the DOT loves them guys. I love this story right here. This might be the most heartwarming story I've ever seen on a trucker news. Troopers say a pothole toppled a semi truck hauling two bobtails in Indiana. Of course, it's Indiana, right? Indiana State Police say a pothole is to blame for a semi truck crash that occurred in Henry County on Monday. Yeah, buddy. According to the Indiana State Patrol, crash occurred on westbound I-70 mile marker 120 near Spiceland, Indiana. Well, hell yeah. I wouldn't have thought of it being anywhere other than there. A semi hauling two bobtail semis, he was hauling two bobtails, struck a pothole, causing it to roll over and its cargo to separate from the trailer. Damn it. No injuries were reported. Yeah, Indiana, fix your damn roads. I mean, my God. How long are they going to wait to do something about I-70? How long, Indiana? I'm waiting. You can email me the answer. But eventually, them some bitches going to have to do something about them roads out there. I absolutely dread getting a load that goes across I-70 in Indiana, specifically from Indianapolis to the Ohio state line, either direction. Catch me in the left lane. I don't care. Write me a left lane ticket for being in the left lane all the way across the state. I don't care. That ticket is cheaper than tires and shocks and, surgery. I mean, them roads are absolutely ridiculous across there. The final story of the day, a man arrested after cops recover $1.5 million in cargo and trailers stolen through a double brokering scheme. Damn it, boy. Canadian police recently arrested a man in connection with a major cargo and equipment theft operation. Of course, this is from your local neighborhood, Brampton, Ontario resident. I'm not making this up. Manjinder. Old Manjinder. Manjinder Singh. Of course. Every one of them motherfuckers got the last name Singh. I mean, my God. Old man Singh he must be, Lord have mercy how many kids that old man got, right? Anyway, this guy, 41-year-old, was recently arrested and charged on 5 counts of theft over 5 counts of theft over $5,000, 5 counts of fraud over $5,000, and possession of property obtained by crime. The charges were issued following an investigation launched by Peel Regional Police after numerous complaints were received in early December and late January about the company called All Days Trucking stealing trailers loaded with cargo. Damn it. Police learned that All Days Trucking had an address in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, but had expired operating credentials. The suspects found freight of interest through a third-party online platform and contacted the victims directly to offer transportation services at a discounted rate. Yeah, when old man Dinger Jinger Singh calls you up and says, hey, buddy, I cut you real deal on this freight. You let me move it. Yeah? No? When a guy calls like that, you just go, hey, man, I think I'm good. I'm going to get a legitimate trucking company to come move this. Um, I don't know. That's probably what I would do, but hell, that's up to you. You do whatever you want to. When a guy named Manjinger Dinger Singh calls me up, I'm going to go, it's a great porn name, but you're not moving my freight, buddy. Man. The victims hired All Days Trucking to transport their freight. The suspects then dispatched different transportation companies, some of which the police believe were involved in the theft rings, to pick up the trailers and freight from the victims. The suspects maintained contact with the victims through email. The victims were also contacted using various phone numbers until the date and time the freight was to be delivered. The company then cut all communications with the victims. Hey, buddy. I got your freight and you ain't getting it back. Hey, buddy. Um, you gotta love it. You gotta love old Mandinger Singer. Stealing everybody's freight. Investigators say they were able to tie the scheme to Mandinger Singer Limited, owned and operated by Mandinger Singer. On February 19, 2025, PRP executed 7 search warrants on 6 trucking yards and 1 residential address directly associated with Mandinger Jinger and Mandinger Jinger Limited Incorporated. While executing the search warrant, police recovered stolen cargo and trailers valued at $1.5 million. The investigation is ongoing and police expect to issue additional charges. If you have information on Mandinger Singer, or if you ever did business with a dispatch at alldaytrucking.com, you are asked to call the Commercial Auto Crime Bureau investigators. There you go. Call them up. What in the hell is really going on in trucking out here? You got to ask yourself. Old Mandinger Singer. Thanks everybody for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed Trucker News. If you made it this far, smash that like button. If you're not a subscriber, do it now. Now. Thanks everybody for watching. Take care of each other out there. And remember, people are more important than trucking. Hi, I want to talk to you real quick about the ES Advantage card. Do you need discounts at major truck stop chains? They got them. Do you need Discount on shop rates at TA and Loves. They got them. Tire discounts. They even got health insurance now. Click the link down below. Easy application, no credit check. Sign up. They give you a call back. They'll take all your information and you'll be in the network.